There is one nation in HOI4 that I think is a little bit underappreciated. And this nation is Portugal. Because Portugal has a focus tree that is probably stronger than you might think. And to prove my point, I will obtain the Macau Day achievement today, which is considered one of the harder achievements by the HOI4 community. Because you have to create a Chinese collaboration government in Macau and then have it own all of China. And yes, that also includes the allied provinces. So without further ado, Iron Man, historical, and go. So Portugal, we don't have the strongest army. It is very much under-equipped, but we have a lot of potential. And to start it off, I'm going to immediately say we're going to go down the monarchist route. Because if you know Portugal, then you know that the monarchist route is pretty strong. You basically just get land for free, so pretty good. Production-wise, I'm going to build mills immediately because we have a lot of cis and barely any mills, so we got to start right now with production. And research, I'm going to be a bit boring. So we're going to go with the usual, with engineering and production. Very good. Now to the interesting part. I will take the entire army and park it over here. Why that? You will see in a bit. First focus is done, so let's go down a royal wedding, giving us political power, clearing monarchist sentiment, which we don't really need to do, and get some advisors. The royal wedding is done, and immediately I'm gonna get the traditional theorist, giving us political power and unaligned support. Okay, right now I could get for very cheap a chief of army, and you know what? I really want the army experience, so let's get him. At the same time, I will also increase my army conscription. We will need that, trust me. And in the background, Spain exploded. Monarchist uprising in Brazil is done, changing the ideology drastically, but allowing us to start a civil war in Brazil. The game normally now wants you to stir Brazilian unaligned support, but that takes forever, and I don't have time for that. So what I'm going to do is just do the focus right now and drag them into a civil war with me. Trust me, this is way faster and you save so much time. The focus is done, and Brazil, yeah, they're not enjoying themselves, but this is why we got this army over here, because we can help them. So let's bring it over here, and as soon as they leave those jungle towers over here, I'm going to assign them a general and a field marshal. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't assign any generals, because in this tile over here, they just get sick. Like 100% get sick chance. Just don't decide a general for now. Wait for them to be in the open ocean, then do it. It is not worth it. And as a next focus, I will immediately rush down my monarchist uprising. And if I do everything right, we shouldn't have a civil war. And you see the monarchists already pushing. First unit encircled, port under my control, continue to push. Actually, more units are encircled. Brazil will take everything anyway, so I will just cheekily steal the navy, because this way I have it earlier. And yeah, that's it. Just want to steal the navy. There's no reason. I'm just rude. And with promote the monarchist cause done, let's restore the monarchy. We lose stability, but we get the monarchists back in control. Very important. We need to have over 40% stability here. Otherwise, we will end up in a civil war, and that civil war is brutal. You don't want the civil war. The good news is we had 6 stability right now. This is why I'm rushing this down, by the way, because we have multiple things decreasing our stability over time. And if we don't do it now, we will have a problem later. And don't forget, you also lose 10 stability over here. So we actually only had 50 stability right now. So yeah, we really gotta rush this down. I don't know why, but I enjoy this focus tree like a lot. And this is not even the strong part. Like, this is strong, but this is just a good early game. The good part is on this side, but more about that later. So good news, we got rid of the uncivil republic. We are now an uncivil monarchy. Yay. That allows us to go down the kingdom reunited. This allows us to annex the entirety of Brazil, and we got to core it. At the same time, we lose unstable monarchy, which, you know, is very good. We lose a lot of stability through that. And we gain the Portuguese Empire, giving us more daily political power, manpower, and war support. Very good. And can I just say, the flag and the color of monarchist Portugal, very beautiful. One of my favorite combination here. This is an unpopular opinion for my EU4 viewers, I know. But still, it's pretty cool. Fight me. And you know what? There's no reason for that, but I just like it. Grand battle plan. Do I think it fits the situation? No. Do I like to click it? Definitely. And the kingdom reunited, done. Which should give us the Japanese-Chinese war. No, the other thing. Go away. The unification with Brazil. Very beautiful. We are now the United Kingdom of Portugal and Brazil, giving us this actually very sick flag. I love it. Best of all, we get all of this court. So we now have a huge industry on top of an even bigger military complex. And I'm gonna build so much stuff now. And this should allow us to actually have a very good mid-game. And with that out of the way, let's get some research slots. Continue the public works, giving us infrastructure, naval bases, and also very cool, construction speed. Let's go. But even better, we have enough war support to go to partial mobilization. And because we can't go any higher anyways, because we are non-aligned and none of the bad ideologies. So yeah, partial is the best we can get, and I'm gonna get it. And with the public works done, let's get the research slot. One of many, because we have two. It's actually really bad. We're still doing industry stuff. Haven't even touched guns yet. And we will do space marines, so yeah, we're behind. So some time has passed, and the Spanish Civil War is over. Apparently, they're not non-aligned, so a more aggressive Spain next to me. But that is not a problem. I will just take my 4th research slot and be happy. Focus-wise, you didn't miss a lot. I just got a little bit of mills and some bonuses. And finally, we can research the medium tank chassis. Very good. Slowly but surely, catching up in research. Let's get some claims in Spain and then basically wait for the Second World War to start, because to fabricate, I need 50% world tension, and yeah, we're not even close to that. And I know I could get this down here, which gives me war goal on nationalist Spain, but I don't want to be rude. Spain doesn't always choose the same ideology on historical, so if I do this now and it doesn't work for others, I feel bad. And later on, I want to join the Axis anyways, so yeah. What I will do in the meantime is to improve workers' conditions to get a little bit more stability. Very good. By the way, small life hack I always forget exists. When you hold shift and click those upgrades in the MIOs, you can put them into a queue. And I tend to always forget that, but this way I don't have to think about it anymore. So I would say this is worth showing. Bum, 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 bum. And now you see the entire way I would scale this right at the beginning of the game. Here you go. I hope I could help. We got the claims. Now I want to get a few more things. The mill factory is over here, and this bonus over here. Standardization. 10% factory output. That is really good. So while we wait for the Second World War to start, let's build an anti-air tank. Unironically, the earlier we produce them, the better. So let's get them. And finally, the last bad modifier timed out, so you only have good modifiers. Very good. And standardization is done, giving us this good modifier. And I would say I very soon have advanced machine tools, which you need for this focus. I will go down and get it now, because once again, a focus that gives us faster construction speed. Very good. When I just upgrade the anti-air tank and it costs 60 steel now to produce it. I have to import so much steel right now. Oh, by the way, in the background, the Second World War casually started, so you know what it means. Oh, come on. We're so close. I think I have to wait for the Benelux situation. And, come on. 50% world tension. Let's go. Take the claim state. Have to wait 100 days, but, you know, it is what it is. My army isn't fully supplied anyways, so I don't mind waiting. What I will do in the background is build transport planes, because we will need them. A new industry is done, giving us, once again, a beautiful modifier. We actually have a lot of good modifiers now, like twice construction speed, factory output, political power, manpower, and war support. And then he has some modifiers too. But you know what? We haven't talked about the strongest modifier yet. Colonial assimilation policy. 10% non-core manpower. That means everything that is not our core, which means most of the world. I love it. And if you thought that's all, colonial army. 10% non-core manpower. Overall, with these two focuses combined, we get 20% non-core manpower. I didn't even know Portugal had that. I don't know. This was not on my radar. That's as much as Iceland got. And I conquered the world with Iceland. Now imagine what we can do with Portugal. It's gonna be beautiful. Anyways, in the background, my war goal has finished. Let's go in and take Spain. Is my army prepared? I mean, kinda. I'm still missing a lot of anti-air tanks and some guns. But I feel like against Spain, we should be good enough. And best of all, even though they have the same ideology, because Germany's not busy fighting a world war, they can't send volunteers to Spain. That's actually very good. The US wants to send me guns. Sure. I'm the good guy. Surely. Oh, they sent a naval invasion. I actually didn't expect that. But you know what? Free encirclement. I'll take it. Goodbye. This will mean that I will keep like one guy in my capital city, because that would be stupid if I lose that. And yeah, now that I don't have last stand anymore, I'm melting the Spanish army. It is actually wild. I love it. And with colonial army now done too, I will get myself the last research slot, for which we have to do the naval path of our focus tree. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. And because we are about to win against the Spanish, I'm gonna do something very cheeky. I'm gonna get myself a war goal against the British. Why? Because while we're still at war, it is way faster done. And I don't want to wait that long. There we go. War is finished. Take the land. Take the navy. Very good. Don't forget to put a small garrison on Gibraltar, because otherwise you will have a problem. So do trust me. But yeah, that was quite a good war. And I think I built quite a good division. I think I haven't even showed it yet. Right now I'm working with this Space Marine division. Yeah, it works out quite well. So in the background I've researched paratrooper divisions. And you know what? I'm going to make them a little bit bigger, so they have a little bit more of a punch. And then I will build as many as I can, which is 15. That's actually quite a lot. I can do this thanks to Tip of the Spear, which I get thanks to Grand Battle Plan Doctrine. Best doctrine. So we have the war goal against Great Britain. I will declare the war right now, and I will attack this port immediately. They actually have quite a bit of troops in there, but once we have it, this should be a lot easier. Best of all, this should get me into the Axis. There we go. Invitation into the Axis. We're gonna say yes. Immediately, here's a naval invasion. Okay, this is Italy. Very good. I'm gonna send my troops north here, and I'm also gonna deploy my transport planes. I really wonder where this is leading to, right? So Gibraltar has fallen. The Germans are starting to protect my coast, so I don't actually need any divisions here anymore. So these divisions go north, and in the background, my paratroopers are nearly done. Good. And yes, I didn't even protect Brazil, because they literally have to cross the Amazon now to get to the core part. So yeah, they will not do that. Spoiler. Paratroopers are done. Let's give them something to do. So the paratrooper orders are out, and we basically wait now for the AI to be stupid and pull away the Air Force for a few seconds. The latest point this will happen is when the war in Greece and Yugoslavia starts, because when that happens, the Germans will deploy all of the planes down there, and yeah, we can go into the main British land. Very good. It could also just randomly happen, so it's the waiting game again. Very good. Yugoslavia has been declared upon, which means a lot of the Air Force should leave Britain. And there we go. Our paratroopers are landing. First paratrooper in a port. Perfect. All we need. Get the entire army over here. Because they will be intercepted by submarines, but they can't stop all of my divisions. I gotta say, this is still by far my favorite way to land. It is so good. Oh my god, there's so many British units in this port. What the? And in the background, I will deactivate all supply for my allies, because I don't want any Axis troops here. This is my way to farm army participation. This is the only real chance we get, and I'm gonna abuse it as much as I can. I already see the Axis want to send units over, but because I'm deactivating all of the supply for allies, they will immediately go away. And very important over here, I don't want to take London. I want to farm a little bit of war participation over here. So control, right click. I'm going to do a support attack. Now they're going to attack this, but not take it. Very good. Oh, this is kind of micro hell, but it's going to be so worth it. Okay, the war is over. I got some war participation, like 15%, not that much, but it should be enough for what I want to do. Leave peace conference. Everyone has been annexed, and I puppeted Britain, which gave me an achievement. What? I think that is not the way you should have done an achievement. BFFs as Portugal join the same faction as Britain. Yeah, obviously, the Axis. Anyways, this now allows me to annex them and get their entire navy. Beautiful. While this is now going on, I'm going to fabricate a war goal on France. Should have done it earlier, I forgot. But overall, this was a very successful peace conference. I got all of Britain, which is basically, you know, protected by being an island. Pakistan for manpower, and some other islands for resources, which is, you know, very good. I love it. And I have to say, I did perfect timing here, because for this focus, you need 15 dockyards, and I built 0 so far. But you know what? When you own all of Britain, you don't need to build dockyards. So let's get our last research slot and become a technological world power. So sending Britain all of my convoys and a lot of my artillery should be enough to make them integrated. War goal is done. Let's go into France. Yeah, they didn't expect that. There's a little bit of a cakewalk. And yeah, we can annex Britain now. Very good. Just casually giving me the entire British Navy.
Nice.
And there you go. France is capitulated. Okay, I don't know how I did that, but I created 2 puppets. Both the Brazilian France and Vichy France. I'm very confused how that happened. Anyways, I wanted to puppet that land because I don't want to protect the borders over here. That's basically it. Instead of 2 Frances now. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, the Soviet Union is at war with the Axis, and the Japanese just declared war on the USA. I feel like that's my time to shine, leaving the Axis and getting the war goal against all the bad nations nations in this world. Saudi Arabia joins the Comintern. Very a blessed notification. Who doesn't know the Communist Workers' Republic of Saudi Arabia? Couldn't imagine a more communist ally. So, my army is prepared, and you can guess who will be my first target. The war goals are ready. Let's go in. And the naval invasions are off. Let's see how this works out. I don't know why, but the Italians moved a lot of their troops away in reaction to my naval invasion. Maybe the first naval invasion was the one in Rome, so they panicked and put all of the troops up, but like Sicily's empty. Isn't that what they did in World War II? Actually gaslight the Axis to think we naval invade somewhere else? Bro, I'm playing really historical here. What the f? And the Comintern want me to join their faction. No. And that's the south. Secured. Very good. So I at the moment have 23k losses. The Italians have 200k. I did a little bit of damage. And best of all, because we're in the same war, the USA wants to trade with me again. Very good. I do need all of the fuel, otherwise I will die. Look at this fuel consumption. Oh my god. And the first Civil War event. I was scared for a second that it wouldn't happen because, yeah, I took a lot of Italy and I had no Civil War event yet. And you know what? They can have the territory. Transfer. I did click transfer the territory, but I think because they don't have any land, I couldn't transfer that to it. What? Yeah, I don't have a puppet. What? Apparently, the Civil War Italy didn't spawn. I guess. What? This is very confusing. But you know what? France. I mean, that France, not the other France. Help win this war and let's push. Airplane 1, Airplane 2. Let's build an air force. I don't know what's going on, but the Soviet Union is also at war with Japan now. Okay. They should have started a two-front war. They're not really winning, but I guess I reached Germany, so that's good for them. And good news, we took Berlin. The Soviet Union is not even close. I mean, like next to Moscow. I'm carrying this war. I mean, it is 1942, so it is still historical for the USSR to perform poorly. Oh, Germany capitulated. That took forever. Like, unironically, that took forever. So let's destroy the rest. By the way, you're welcome, Soviet Union. And I got 50% war participation, so I can take basically everything. That's beautiful. Hungary capitulated, which means only Bulgaria left. Very good. And this should be the war won. Beautiful. That was painful. The war is over and I got most of what I wanted. Soviet Union, goodbye. I don't know why, but Turkey wants to create a faction. And I have the perfect name. Dawn of Chads. Either you're a Chad or you're not. You know which side you're on. Oh, what a good encirclement. Let's close it. I have to say the Soviet Union lost a few more men than me in this war. 3 million to 300k. I personally thought I lost way more, but nope. I just really ran out of equipment. I missed 100,000 guns at one point. That's a lot of guns. But we got a compliance government, and I think I've won. Yeah. I love that the notification for winning against the Soviet Union is your game nearly crashing. But yeah, I won. And Japan got nothing. The sad thing is, I have to fight Japan now. Let the naval landing commence. Gotta say, so far, so good. So, Japan has capitulated, and I actually got myself a small little puppet, and also declared war on China. Not the warlords, only China. For some reason, their own faction, I don't know. The provisional government of China. They have our blessing. That took forever. That literally took forever. Okay, now we finally can push. At the same time, I'm also gonna declare war against the rest of the Chinese warlords, and that should be dead. Naval landing should make this a lot easier. This is a very good push so far. I'm happy. Very good. Build more airports. By the way, I was bored, so we're now doing mobile warfare, and I'm nearly done. I also built myself a little tank division. Modern anti-air tanks. It is very late game, okay? And we have one. Gonna take Saudi Arabia for myself, because yeah, China joined the remains of the Comintern. Very deep lore in this video. And the rest goes to my puppet. Good. Peace treaty. Let's get to the next one. And here we go. China has fallen. Taking everything for my puppet and leaving the peace conference. And here we go. Macau my day. That was horrible. That was literally a world conquest. The only real world power never really attacked was the USA, but only because I didn't need to. By this point, this would have barely made a difference. And a very rude self-insert. I have a Patreon now. If you have something to give, I very much appreciate it, but it's never a must. Don't feel pressured. Anyways, my supporters, I love you. Until next time, bye.